Hello, my dearest friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diana and the Book Hunt, and a very happy Valentine's Day to you all, and a very happy Trifon Zarazan to whoever is watching from my part of the world, because here in Bulgaria we celebrate a different kind of holiday which focuses on wine. So whether you're celebrating love or whether you want to celebrate wine with me, it's all good today. We're actually going to be spreading some love today. I have been invited by the Queen of Collaborations, Beccie from Bex Reads. She has created this Booktube tag already last year, where she decided that Valentine's Day is the best date to spread some love for other booktubers. And I really want to participate in this tag. She invited me to do so because this year is a bit of a special kind of a spin-off year for this tag, where she requested for us to do a Booktube Share the Love tag, where we focus on booktubers who are internationally based, so not based in the United States. And I love this idea because there are so many amazing internationally based booktubers who deserve to get some love, who deserve to get some recognition, who deserve to get more followers as well. So I'm going to share through the 10 questions that she shared with us all different kinds of channels for YouTubers that I follow actively, that have got my attention for whatever reason. You're going to find out in just a second why, so that you can go ahead and check their channels out, because maybe you'll find someone with whom your tastes align, someone who is very aesthetically pleasing to you when it comes to their channel, their content, their vlogs, or whatever it is that they share from their lives that may appeal to you. So you can just go ahead and check their channels out. I'm going to be linking all of the questions of the tag down below. I'm going to be linking all of the channels down below, and I'm also going to link the playlist that Beccie has kindly created for all of the booktubers that are going to be doing this tag today. So you can maybe check out their videos as well, because they're going to be sharing some love for other booktubers that you may potentially discover. So I think this tag is just awesome because it gets us to share some love for other booktubers, but also gets you to potentially find new favorite booktubers for yourself. So I'm going to be answering all of those questions with hopefully different kinds of booktubers for each question, although I do have some overlaps here and there, I think, because there's just a couple of booktubers that have multiple things that I love about their channels. But without further ado, I just don't want to make this intro too long. I'm going to dive into the questions so you can find new booktubers to subscribe to. Question number 1 is booktubers with the best filming background. Who are they to me? Now, we've got, first of all, Nina from Nina Quill. I was fortunate enough to meet Nina through a reading sprint that I did with her and Beccie from Bex Reads. This is when I met her a couple of months ago, and I'm so happy that I did, because when I look at, first of all, in her TikTok, she did around Bookmas time, this unboxing of this gorgeous, really gorgeous Sarah J. Maas Throne of Glass, I think, based, or I think it was all of her books of Sarah J. Maas, this advent calendar, where it's just so aesthetically pleasing to see her unbox all of these little goodies. So this is her TikTok account. But then when you also check out her Booktube videos, she has this amazing bookshelf behind her that has all these gorgeous romantasy and fantasy special editions that are just to die for. I'm low-key jealous when I look at her bookshelves. I want to just sit there and stand there for hours and browse all of the different special editions that she has. So she has an amazing background. And then Gavin from Gavin Reads It All has also a very aesthetically pleasing library, but also he does a lot of vlogs. So all of his vlogs are very aesthetically pleasing, whether he is in his bedroom, kitchen, whether he is going outside. I don't know how he does it. It just feels very cozy to me, everything that he does. So first of all, the library is just great. And then also just his overall aesthetic is very pleasing to me. So Gavin definitely is a top contender for me for best filming background. And then I've got a new addition to my list, because as I was browsing for the different international booktubers that I have in my subscription kind of list, I have Tammy Clark she's from the UK. She, first of all, is gorgeous herself. Like, when I look at her face, I'm drawn in. She is also, her makeup is on point every single time. I think that she is just this very inviting kind of a presence for me. So when I discovered her first, I was like, I need to check out whether our tastes align, whether I want to sit down and binge her videos. And trust me that I did. We actually have a couple of different books that we share when it comes to our taste. She does read fantasy romance, and romance as well, sometimes literary fiction as well. She just recently did a video where she picked her all-time favorite 5-star reads with the different kinds of genres. So you can go ahead and watch that video of her so that you can see whether your tastes align, because that's how I found out that we definitely have a lot of similarities. And then again, her background is just very pleasing. She has these white bookshelves with these gorgeous fantasy, romantasy books, and also her little TBR card that she has next to it that she picks books from, with the TBR jar prompts and everything. And I don't know, it's just something that works for me. I really love her aesthetic as well, so I definitely recommend her channel. Question number 2 is booktubers who have the best editing. For this one, I picked a fellow Bulgarian whom I also discovered on that reading sprint journey that I went on with Beccie and Nina. And I think it was Amanda who mentioned this specific booktuber to me because I had not yet discovered her. It's Sylvia from Library Unbounded. This is a booktuber who just puts so much effort into her videos. I'm completely in awe of everything that she does on her channel. She primarily reads fantasy, and she has created this whole Lord of the Rings themed kind of a TBR game that she does that is completely bonkers to me. I think she spent like months to create it, and then she just has this gorgeous home, and it's on the seaside. And also her vlogs, when you check out her vlogs, they're just great, and everything that she does, all the editing that she does is just out of this world to me. But honestly, I also think she has an IT background, so I can completely imagine that her skills are off the charts because of her background in IT. So she is just amazing, and she definitely deserves some love because she is Bulgarian, but you wouldn't notice it by the way that she's speaking about books. She is so eloquent, and she is so good at describing in a very kind of a fun and quirky way her thoughts and emotions about books. And I just love the overall vibes to her channel. I definitely recommend that you check her out because she definitely deserves more. I think she has about 4K subscribers. She definitely deserves more. I have to tell you that for the next question, I had to dig deep because I never noticed Booktubers' intro. The next question is Booktubers with the coolest intro. Now, I don't take notice of that. I don't know what it is, but it just escapes my attention. But I did find one of my fellow Dutch booktubers. I love Dutch booktubers because I have a history with the Netherlands, and I love watching booktubers from the Netherlands content, specifically Sabine from Sabine's Book Nook. She has such a cool intro every time because she does like little snippets from whatever she is doing throughout the vlogs that she does, and she puts it into the intro, almost like a little trailer before the whole vlog starts. And I don't know, she just does a splendid job with her overall vlogs and her intro as well. So you should definitely check out her channel as well. And then the next question is booktubers with the best recommendations. Now, this is strictly very kind of subjective because I'm going to recommend channels with booktubers with whom like my tastes align the most. I'm going to say for this one, Steph from Novelty Corner. She is an Australian booktuber that I discovered kind of way back when I started up my channel, and I discovered her through Brie from In Love and Words because they are best friends. First of all, I'm in awe of the fact that Steph is so consistent with her posting schedule and also the original ideas that she comes up with when it comes to the types of videos that she posts. And also she is predominantly a romance reader, and the kind of romance reader that I also am at the heart of me, which is someone who is looking for very romantic stories, someone who really loves the kind of romance that I love. And she is a sucker for hockey romances, and I love hockey romances as well. So I've picked up quite a few recommendations from Steph from Novelty Corner. And then another person that is also from Australia is Mary from More to Mary. Mary is a hoot. She is just so amazing. I love her personality. I love her recommendations. She is very much a mood reading kind of a reader, something that I am as well. So sometimes she'll be in the mood for like mafia. Sometimes she's going to be in the mood for romantasy. Sometimes she's going to be in the mood for historical fiction. And whatever she's in the mood for, she just binges a couple of books within that genre, and she gets like hyped about the whole thing, and then she releases a couple of vlogs and recommendation videos, and you just sense the enthusiasm behind what she is reading and loving. And I love that about her channel and about her personality as well. And I've picked up a lot of recommendations through her as well. And last but not least, also Larissa from Larry Reads. Now this is a bit of a cheat. I'm going to mention Larry a couple of times over because I just love her channel. Larissa is based in the United States. However, she is originally Brazilian, and she has a lot of her Brazilian background in her videos, if you ask me, because I also am familiar with the Brazilian culture because of friends that I have. And I don't know, I just sense the whole vibe of her culture within her videos, even though she is based in the United States. And I get a lot of recommendations from Larry as well. Question number 5 is a booktuber currently at the top of your watch feed. Now, I have Nina Quill here because I've just watched her Romantasy Challenge announcement. And I also watched her recent book haul. I don't know what it is about book hauls, but I typically will put them on when I'm doing something, and it's almost like a very pleasing background, and it catches my eye whenever I see something gorgeous on the screen. So I watched her book haul as well. And then I also just recently watched Larry from Larry Reads, her top 20 book boyfriend video, as well as her non-spoiler reading vlog for Onyx Storm. So those two are at the top of my just recently watched list. And moving on to question number 6 is booktubers who make the best vlogs. Now, for this one, I'm going to go back to Sabine from Sabine's Book Nook, because she has such amazing travel vlogs where she does include going to bookstores, books that she picks up. She shows like a slice of life kind of clips, as well as some b-roll, and then what she is reading. I love that. And I find that her personality is just very much young and contagious and very positive and smiley, and I just love her content. Another person whom I follow specifically for the vlogs is Gavin from Gavin Reads It All. He has such amazing vlogs because he also travels, so he does some travel vlogging, some slice of life kind of situations when he's at home. He does an amazing job when it comes to talking about books, because he can be serious at times when it comes to a point where he needs to be serious, but he's also so much fun. He is simply funny, and I don't have the word for it, but he seems like the kind of guy that I want to be friends with. That's what I was wanting to say. And then the next one up is Larry from Larry Reads. She is just hilarious. She has this way about her where whenever she's excited, she goes all in. Whenever she is sad, she goes all in. You'll see her crying, bawling her eyes out in her vlogs whenever she's emotional. And we need to be able to see that, right? I mean, we don't want to only see the positive things. We also want to see the breakdowns. We want to see how we relate to someone whenever they have their emotional moments when reading good books. So I just love all kinds of vibes. So travel, slice of life, cozy, emotional. I want to see it all. So all three are favorites of mine. Question number 7 is booktubers with the best thumbnails. For this one, I picked Gavin from Gavin Reads It All. I mean, the one where he has the Wicked theme in the thumbnail, chef's kiss. And then another one is Leonie from the Book Leo. She's another booktuber with a huge following. I mean, everyone knows of Leonie. I think she has, I believe, 600k followers, but I just love her aesthetic and her thumbnails as well. So you should definitely check her out if you don't know of Leonie yet. And then question number 8 is booktubers you've discovered most recently. For this one, I have another Dutch booktuber. Her name is Aya from Aya Reads. I've just recently found her channel because she did this whole thing that I admire very much, where she watches a whole bunch of YouTube videos of, the best of the year of different booktubers. She makes a spreadsheet of which books were mentioned the most, and then she does a reading vlog of reading these books and finding out whether her tastes aligns with the most popular books that came out of the top videos of the year. And she just did a great job with it, and I loved that video of hers, and I'm definitely going to be checking out more videos by her in the future. And she's from the Netherlands. Like I mentioned, I have a soft spot from booktubers from the Netherlands, so I'm going to be checking out more of her videos. Another one is Kat Reads It. She's from Canada. She has a very similar reading taste to mine. She reads romance, romantasy, and fantasy mostly, but she also mentioned that she has a soft spot for some lit fic. So I'm going to be checking out more of her videos in the future. She looks like a very positive kind of a person as well. I checked out, she did like a tier ranking of favorite male book characters, like book boyfriends, and I like that video of hers, and I'm just going to be checking out more of her videos in the future. And then another one is Leah Crampton from the UK. She is someone that I already had subscribed to quite a while ago, but I didn't actively follow her videos until recently, like around the Bookmas period, where she did specifically one vlog where she explained the life of being a bookseller, because she used to work, I think, at Waterstone somewhere in the UK. And she recently quit her job because she's going to focus on full-time content creation. So please go ahead and give her a follow to support her. And she actually has a bigger following on TikTok, but I actually like long form content more, so I follow her more actively on YouTube. So I'm going to be checking out more of her videos in the future as well. Question number 9 is booktubers who make you laugh the most. Those are going to be Gavin, Larry, and Mary. So Gavin from Gavin Reads It All, Mary from More to Mary, and Larry from Larry Reads. These 3 can make me laugh out loud. And whenever they post a video, I know that I can expect at some point or another to just have a smile on my face or to laugh out loud. So these 3 are a hoot, and you should definitely give them a follow. Number 10 is not so much a question as it is more of a prompt, and that is tag some booktubers to share their love with them. So I'm going to mention a couple of big names here because those are really booktubers that I've followed for a long time that I want to share some love for, even though most of you probably already follow them. I just need to share my appreciation for their content. The first one being Jack Edwards. Obviously, Jack Edwards is probably one of the biggest booktubers that we have on the platform, but I definitely appreciate everything that he comes up with. He's quite creative and original, and he's quite eloquent when it comes to describing books and really voicing his opinions on books. And even though our tastes probably don't align very much, and I don't always agree with what he has to say about romance, I do appreciate his presence in the booktube community. I do appreciate all that he does for the bookish community, and I do appreciate how much effort he puts into his content creation. So Jack Edwards is definitely someone that needs to get all of the love. And then another person is Isa from Fun Fantasy Books. I think that everyone who has read a fantasy book and has gone on to YouTube to look up something about fantasy books has encountered Isa at some point or another, because she does such a splendid job with really comparing, describing, analyzing, and also recapping different fantasy books. She is just such a wonderful presence in the booktube community, and she's from Spain, by the way. I really love that we have an international booktuber who is so well beloved when it comes to the recapping and analyzing a fantasy book. So Isa definitely deserves some love as well. And then we've got also Emily from Emily Fox, so Books with Emily Fox. She's from Canada. I like the way that she's also analyzing books, the way that she's voicing her opinions. She does not always go for the most hype books, or even if she reads hype books, she's very kind of, how should I say it, very objective and very vocal about whether she likes a certain book or not, and I love that, and how she shares her opinions as well. Then I've got one more from the UK, and that is Shelley. Shelley actually, even though I don't really watch her content for whichever book she reads, she is more so like the spill the tea kind of a person on Booktube for me, because she finds out all of these different kinds of topics that relate to the bookish community, and she shares an analysis and her opinion on them. And I love that, because typically I'm very bad at researching what tea is going on at the moment, like what kind of drama, bookish drama is going on, and I can definitely rely on her to spill the tea and be as objective as possible when it comes to the different kinds of issues that are going on. So go ahead and give her a follow as well. And then the last one I want to mention is someone who hasn't posted in a while, but I have so much love for her because we do have a similar taste when it comes to romance books, and that is Nikki from Nikki in Bookland. Nikki in Bookland is based in Canada, and she reads predominantly romance and dark romance, but I just have so much love for Nikki. I wanted to shout her out in this video, and I really hope that we see some content from her soon, because I love her YouTube channel as well. All right, my dearest friends, this was the Share the Booktube Love Tag, kindly organized by Becky from Bex Reads. Thank you so much, Becky, for inviting me to participate in this book tag. And I hope that you all will go ahead and check out each of the channels that I mentioned in this book tag, that you're going to share some love for these Booktube creators. And I hope that you also let me know which international Booktubers you follow, so I can go ahead and check their channels out. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Happy reading. Take care. Bye-bye.